So when Season 3 Reloaded came out, I always go and check out my settings, right? I go in here, I go to controller settings, and I do whatever. And then I got down to Dead Zone, and it says press square to show more. So I do that, and the reset tab kept popping up. Now, I didn't realize it was just some weird glitch or anything, so I actually did reset my controller settings all to default, and I had to remake my settings, and I actually like them so much better than the last ones I had, and I'm going to show you guys every single controller setting I have now, along with audio settings as well. And we're going to get into this because these are some overpowered settings. Now, if you have the same thing as me, if it says press square to show more and you do it, just press X on your controller. If you're on a PlayStation controller, maybe it's A on Xbox, I'm not sure, and it'll open up. I don't know why it does that. Just don't press square and don't reset. I did that and it messed up. What is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to another Black Ops 6 video. Today we're going to be looking at the best controller and audio settings like I mentioned. Now before we get into it, if you guys could drop a big fat like on this one, I would truly appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel with those notifications turned on, and if you guys want any easy lobbies, get the most dubs you ever got in Warzone, make sure to check out No Lag VPN down in the description below. I have a link. You guys could save 62% off even. It's crazy. Go ahead and do it. Alright, so let's get into audio first because I want to ask you guys something. I don't know if this is true or not, but someone mentioned on my last video that I have enhanced headphone mode off. I thought I always had it on. But then I was thinking, even if I turn it on, don't I have to like purchase this or something? Like there's a free trial available, it says. But wouldn't I have to actually purchase this for this to work? Like, if it's on or off, is there any difference? I need to know. I haven't noticed one, to be quite honest with you guys. But let's get into it. So, master game volume, it's gonna reset as well. So you can't show more at the moment. And for some reason, I'm pressing X, I'm pressing square, I can't do it, all right? So master game volume, if you could open it, I'm gonna say that you want any sound effect type volume up at the most, at the highest you can, and any music type down as low as you could put it, as low as you care to put it at least. But I can't open this tab for some reason. It's just, you can hear it. I'm trying, but it's not letting me. It's just not letting me do anything. After that, I do play Sucker Punch. I find Sucker Punch to be way better than Bass Boost. I don't know what it is. It's just I hear those footsteps louder. I hear doors. I hear gunshots easier. Everything's just nicer with Sucker Punch, so that's why I'm running that right there. This one, again, I can't really open it, so I'm not going to even try. I think they messed up big time, because that reset tab should not be square if the show more is also square, but they're always going to mess something up in an update, right? Then everything else down here is pretty much going to be the same. In the voice chat, I put my voice chat volume to 60 or 50. I'm just going to leave it at 60 at the moment, because why the heck not, right? And then I leave everything on, because it's fun to hear people, especially if you take them as body shield and whatnot. It's just fun to do all that kind of stuff. My microphone, I want it up to 100. I want people to hear me nice, loud, and clear. I don't want them to say, what are you talking about? None of that stuff. And then push to talk, obviously, which I can't show more because, well, here we got push to talk and open mic. That's about all I could do right there. But the reason I put it on push to talk is so that, like, if I ever accidentally leave my mic unmuted, I don't have to worry. It's on push to talk. No one's gonna hear me anyways. But that's gonna be it pretty much for the audio settings. In the controller settings, I changed a lot, and I want to talk about this with you guys. All right. So the first one, button layout, is the same. This one I'm never gonna change. I actually love this. And if you're playing on a basic controller without back paddles, I highly recommend doing at least the first two right here. All right. So jump, stand, and mantle, you want to set it to R3 rather than X on a PlayStation controller. I think it's A on an Xbox, I'm not sure, but instead of jumping with the side buttons, you're going to want to jump with R3, so you never take your thumb off, you never have to lose accuracy or anything like that, and then you never have to take your left finger off as well on the left side, so you can just drop shot, do all that kind of stuff with the left one, and not have to worry. I play R1 and L1 to shoot, and R2 and L2 to use my lethal and my tactical. And the reason for that is because I feel like these buttons are just smaller, it takes less to actually push it in, and it just feels a little faster. And if you forget to actually put your dead zones for R2 and L2 down to 0, you're going to do worse with these right here if you're shooting with R2 and L2. You want to just shoot with R1 and L1. Trust me, guys, it's just better, all right? And the reason I say that is because if I go into dead zone inputs, a lot of people leave this at the default, which is 13. So if you're doing that and you're using L2 and R2, you're not doing good whatsoever. But we'll get into this right now. So dead zone inputs, left stick minimum 6, left stick max 35. I brought it all the way down to 35 from, I think I was at 80 or 70, somewhere around there. It's so much nicer. I feel so much faster doing this. I feel like my movement is quicker. Everything I do just feels a lot faster. Now, my left stick minimum, if I could put it to 0, I definitely would, but I got stick drift, and if I put this to 0, I have automatic sprint on. I'm just going to be sprinting the whole entire time, even when I don't want to. So I have to leave it up at 6. Right stick minimum, I'm going to go as low, as close to 5 as I can. 6 is really nice. Don't go any lower. The lower you go, it's going to fight against your aim assist. Any little movement, even if you just twitch your finger a little bit, it's going to fight against aim assist. So trust me, put it to 6. Follow my aiming settings that I'm going to give you guys in a minute, and you are going to see that your accuracy will be crazy good. And then right stick max, you want to set that to 100. And again, like I said, left and right trigger down to 0. Please do not put those on. I also got my controller vibration completely off. There's no point in having that on whatsoever. And then pretty much everything here, my sensitivity I did lower. I put my horizontal down to 1.60 rather than 1.90, and my vertical at 1.65 rather than 1.90 as well. I did feel like lowering these. I do feel a lot more accurate when lowering these, but there's also cons when you go too low. I feel like you might not be able to turn on people fast enough. You might not be able to react quick enough and stuff. And I like snapping on people with my crosshairs before I begin ADSing and stuff. And sometimes it's just a little too slow. But don't copy me for this. This one, you got to figure out whatever feels nice for you, all right? Whatever sensitivity you guys like, you got to go and figure that one out. I'm not going to tell you guys what to do. In aiming, we're going to go ahead to the aiming advanced settings, or we could do sensitivity multiplier. I mean, really, I leave these at 1. And then my air vehicles and my tablet, I lower those just so it's easier to control. And then my ADS sensitivity when focusing. So if I'm using a sniper, if I'm using a gun that has an attachment that allows me to focus, even if it's an AR, I put it down to 0.90 because when focusing, I like it to be nice. I like it to be good. Aiming advanced settings, we got gradual, and in gradual, we're going to leave it as is. I don't recommend instant unless you are super good at snapping on enemies. And I don't recommend after zoom, because it's just really not good whatsoever, right? It's actually pretty bad. After that, we got the aim response curve type, which is going to be dynamic, and we could show more on this one. I don't know why it allows us here, but we're going to press show more, and I put it down to 0.80 rather than 1.0, and then custom sensitivity per zoom, I brought these all up to 1.0 just because I don't really use these anyways. I don't really care, and if I pick one up, I don't want to not be used to not using a higher sensitivity. So I'll leave it all at 1.0, except for my low zoom all the way up to 3 times scopes. You're going to leave that at 0.85 rather than 0.95. And it sucks up close. I'm going to be honest with you guys. If you're really close, like 10 meters and closer, this is not a good sensitivity to play on. But if anything higher than that, it's really good. So anything like when I'm really close, I'm just going to try and shoot people without ADSing. That's what I'm going to do, all right? But right now, yeah, 0.85, it seems to be good for me. If it doesn't work for you guys, trust me, don't do it. In movement, I did change this right here. Or let's just say my sprint assist is set to tactical sprint assist, and then my mantle assist, I put it to low mantle assist. I didn't even know this was an option. It might be new. I have no idea, but I did turn that on. So only when I'm sprinting towards something will I actually mantle it automatically. If I'm in a gunfight and I jump or whatever, it's not going to mantle, all that kind of stuff, all right? And then basically that's about it right there. But I do want to go into interface quickly and show you guys, actually not interface, my bad. We've done that a lot. We'll go to graphics. And in graphics, I play at a 105 field of view. If you put this higher, I understand your aim assist is not going to be weaker, the hitbox is going to be the same, blah, 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 whatever. If it's at 120 or if it's at 100, nothing changes. Guys, it does. Realistically, it actually does. Like, if I'm playing at a 120, the hitbox is automatically going to be much smaller on an enemy at the same distance than if I were to play at a 1.0. Like, the box is still across his whole entire body. That's not the difference. But on my screen, the target I have to hit is going to be smaller the higher this is. So I recommend playing at about 1 to 105. I don't really recommend much higher than that, and I don't recommend much lower than that. A lot of pros actually play between 0.9 or 95 up to like 110 and stuff, but I'm just going to say 105, really nice. ADS field of view, you want it set to independent, so it could even make that hitbox seem a lot bigger. It'll be a lot bigger. And then the weapon field of view, I set to wide. You don't have to copy that, but I just like the way it is. World motion blur off, weapon motion blur on. All right? Might not make sense to you. World motion blur, you definitely want that off. You want everything in focus. You want to see people easily. But weapon motion blur, you want this off so that your brain doesn't focus on your gun when running around. Even if it's subconsciously focusing on it, if it's blurred out, your brain's going to automatically pretend it's not even there. So make sure you guys do that. Everything is going to be good. Those are my settings. Those are my settings for Season 3 Reloaded, completely revamped compared to like last week, but it is what it is. If you guys enjoyed this video, I would appreciate a big fat like on this one. Subscribe to the channel with those notifications turned on, and if you made it this far into the video, comment "I just ate a blue banana." It's random. It's going to get people wondering what the heck is going on. And who eats blue bananas? Well, you do. All right, so leave that down in the comments below. You guys want easy lobbies? Again, no lag VPN down in the description. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.